Hey everybody, Johnny Wolfpack here, and it is fall, and fall means football, and football means tailgate game time meals, and game time tailgate meals means one thing. Well, means a couple things. But today, it means one thing, and that one thing is chili. Specifically, Johnny Wolfpack's Italian style chili. So hang on, buckle up, and let's ride. All right, folks, so let's dig in with the ingredients for our Italian turkey chili. Now, we're going to start with the main event, the turkey. It's a pound of ground turkey breast. I've got 1 onion that I cut up, chopped. I've got 4 cloves of garlic that I minced. I've got 2 cans of beans. Now I used 1 can of red kidney beans and 1 can of pinto beans. You do you. I just liked that combination. You can do all kidney beans if you want, but you need 2 cans. I got 2 cans of crushed tomatoes, not petite diced, crushed tomatoes. I got a box of beef broth. This is 32 ounces. That's exactly what I need for this recipe. And then to make it the perfect chili, I have the Johnny Wolfpack spice mix. Here's what you need to do. 4 tablespoons of the Chuck Wagon chili. 2 teaspoons of the Tex-Mex. 2 teaspoons of the Taste of Tuscany. Johnny Wolfpack makes his seasonings where they're all meant to kind of blend together. So this is the Chuck Wagon chili is going to kind of give it the chili part of the chili, right? The Tex-Mex is kind of the garlic, salt, pepper, little bit of backdoor heat that goes with a good chili. These two, by the way, these two go together fantastically. You can buy these as a combo at JohnnyWolfpack.com. And you should. Then we're making this an Italian chili. So I also got some medium shells. We'll show you how we're going to use those later. That's the pasta that goes into our Italian chili. But the Taste of Tuscany, which is an incredible blend of a lot of seasonings that you could spend a lot of money on at the grocery store. But I can give it to you in one bottle right here, folks. So that's going to give it that Italian flair. So we got all this mise en place. We're ready to go. Let's go to the stove. All right, so we started with putting our turkey in the pot, turning on the heat, of course. Turkey in the pot along with the spices, the Taste of Tuscany, the Tex-Mex, and the Chuck Wagon chili mix, and the onions. And we cook that down until the meat is brown. That's kind of your signal to take the next step. Now I'm using a little chopper whopper, and I'm chopping all this up just a little bit. I want it a little bit finer than just a standard ground turkey. Look at that. I wish y'all could smell this. God, David Mayer, will you please invent smell-o-vision at some point in time in your life? All right, now we're going to put in our garlic. Remember, we had 4 cloves of minced garlic. We're going to swish that around, and we want that to stay in there for about 30 seconds by itself. Now what we're doing, we cook the meat with the herbs, right? What that does is it provides all of those spices to get really, really happy with the meat. So when you take a bite of meat, it's going to be covered with that spice. So I've got that done. My garlic was in there about 30 seconds. Now I'm going to take my tomatoes, crushed tomatoes. I'm going to put 2 cans in there. Now, I like to kind of stir things around before I put in the next ingredient. So before I put in the beef broth, I'm going to give that a little stir. There we go. Already looks like chili. Already smells like a chili in Italy, right? Now I'm going to take my beef broth, 1 box, which is 32 ounces, and I'm going to put the whole box in, because this is going to cook down to a chili. especially when we add the beans. So I've got everything in there I want in there right now. I'm gonna let this cook for about 20 minutes. Then I'm gonna come back and add my beans. So stay tuned. All right, folks, so we simmered for about 20, 30 minutes. Kind of lost track, but that's okay, 20, 30 minutes. Then I put the beans in and went another 30 minutes or so. Check this out. But we're not done, but check this out. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Now, let me show you how we're gonna finish this thing off. All right, quick little recap here. We've got all of our stuff ready to go. We got our turkey and our onions and our seasonings in the pot. We browned up that turkey, made sure it was cooked. Everything was nice together. We added a little bit of garlic in there to make sure everybody was happy and to make it even more Italian, right? Then we added our tomatoes and our beef broth. We simmered that for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We added our beans, simmered for another 30 minutes, and now we're gonna make it even more Italian. First of all, I tasted this, and it's phenomenal. But we're gonna make it even more Italian by adding a little bit of pasta. So I made some shells. I like using the shells for a couple different reasons. Number one, it's kind of fun to make shells. Number two, the chili can get like inside of those shells and really give you a great flavor with every bite. Now, you'll notice I didn't put the shells in the chili to start with. I have them in a separate container. I cooked them al dente, nice salty water, cooked them down, took about 8 minutes. I've got them in here. I'm just gonna keep these in the fridge. When I wanna scoop them out, put them in my Italian chili, I'm going to, just like that. But if I put them in here now, they're gonna get like mushy, right? So enough talk, right? Let's go in for the bite here. Okay, so I love chili. It's got a great flavor for chili. But then you get this, wait a minute, am I eating chili in Rome? Yeah, because the taste of Tuscany, the garlic, and the noodles give it that, what is that kind of flavor? And this is knocking my socks off right now. So look, you can make traditional chili. You can make any kind of chili you want, but you need to try this. We'll call it healthy because it has turkey in it. Some fiber with the beans, so it's definitely healthy. We've made it traditional chili with the chili mix, the Chuck Wagon chili mix. We made it traditional chili with some Tex-Mex, but then we threw a curveball and we brought in the Taste of Tuscany Italian seasoning. Guys, you need to give this a shot. Take it from Johnny Wolfpack. This needs to be part of your next game day meal. Until next time.